What would Link do if he found an ET-like alien in his backyard one day?
In my tool shed.
E.T.-like.
Mm-hmm.
So ugly but cute, like
Yes.
a hairless cat alien,
Yes.
but cute.
Yes.
I have a pretty quick answer to this.
Just instinctively strangle it to death immediately.
Don't give your answer.
I keep giving my answer. Sorry. How does this work?
So what you can do, and I think
But the problem is you're saying
the funny thing is
I think I have my answer.
You know the
but
thing-
I'm supposed to be saying I think I have my answer.
here's the thing. What we're learning about you is that you have a really difficult time thinking something and not saying it, which we already knew about you, but it's funny to see it in action because the exercise you're being asked to do is to think about something but keep it to yourself. And you can't do it.
No, but you triggered me when you were
just
like,
can't do that.
You were like, I think I have my answer. It's like, okay, that's what I was waiting for to say my answer. That's how, that part. I know that's how one part of this works.
Yeah. So you consider the scenario. You think of the idea.
That was kind of a joke anyway.
Yeah,
my
and-
answer
and-
can't be strangle the alien.
And I'm saying,
That's just something I thought.
And by the
that
way,
was the first thing I thought. but
that's
it's
not my answer.
It's not what I would have acted on.
That's not my answer.
So let me come up with what the second thing I would have thought that I would have actually done. Sorry, E.T.
And I think I've got a good
I'm not
answer
a fan.
here. Got a
I'm
good
not
answer.
a fan. He should have been smarter. If he had more information, I mean, he didn't reveal anything to humanity, did he?
In the movie?
Oh, no, he didn't reveal much that I can remember. Okay, there's an alien in my backyard. Looks like E.T. I'm going to think about what I would do, but I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah.
Okay.
First of all, it's interesting that you said he wasn't smart, right? Like the way that E.T. behaved wasn't smart.
Right.
Which actually I think makes the whole scenario that's portrayed in E.T. so highly unlikely, right? Because if a being is smart enough to travel intergalactically, they're gonna be way smarter than E.T. was, you know?
Well, we sent a dog into space.
So the only possible scenario whereby which you would experience what we see in E.T. is if a greater intelligence had sent one of their lower life forms on a trip as a test, which I don't know the backstory behind E.T., but that makes a lot more sense than him being like the intelligent species who came up with the travel mechanism to get to Earth.
Yeah, he was just put on that thing.
He is like the dog sent into space or the rhesus monkey sent into space.
Mm-hmm.
But my general answer, and then we can get into specifics, is that you would basically do something similar to what happened in the movie.
Hide him in my closet.
Which is kind of behave like a child. No, okay, so what I mean by that is...
Protect him from the government.
Yes, some people might be like, okay, this alien is in my backyard. I need to immediately contact the relevant authorities because whatever this means for our species and our civilization is greater than me just having a buddy in a closet. But I don't think you would think like that. I think you would think like Elliot. And I think you would make him an additional pet in your long parade of pets that you already have.
I'd expand my religion to include aliens in a pet way.
And you would put him in that room that Britton slept in when he lived with you. Kind of a small, not really a bedroom.
Yeah.
And it would be the alien's room. And
so we're talking about Alf now.
Yeah, you would basically alphafize him. And it would be the kind of thing where you really, I mean, you would give him a great life and you would also take advantage of the entertainment opportunities that this created for how interesting it would be to come to your home now for parties. And
hey, you want to see something?
Maybe you would incorporate him into your DJ bit.
You want to see something? Huh?
Yeah, I
Come
think
back here.
You would do the you want to see something.
You want to see something?
versus
You got a quarter?
I've got to get this thing to the government.
I would only show it to the kids of the friends that came over. Psst, hey, kid.
Yeah.
Hey, child.
Yeah, that's not creepy.
Hey, little. Hey, kid of my friend. You want to come see something? Give me a quarter. I'll show you this ET in my closet.
Oh gosh.
It is an ET in the
Yeah.
closet.
So what would you do for real?
Well, you kind of threw me off when you were like, I know immediately what you would do. And I guess that's what you were thinking.
I'm saying that you would not report him to the authorities is what I was saying. Am I right about that?
Right. I
Yeah.
wouldn't do that. I would, first thing I would do is I'd call you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I wouldn't even show it to Christy
Oh well, thank you.
first.
Right.
I'd be like, well, this is now our problem.
Right. Yeah.
What are we gonna do?
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of have some thoughts. He could live here. I could charge kids a quarter to look at him.
Yeah.
That's kind of the best thing I got.
Yeah. And in the scenario that I just kind of laid out, you hadn't called me yet.
It's interesting that the evolution of how we've answered these questions is, I think we both just tried to predict what the other person would do. Hold on, that was the point from the beginning?
Yeah.
Is that a joke? Or is that how your brain works?
No, what I was trying to say was, I ended up I thought that's what you were gonna say, so then I tried to say what you were gonna say.
Okay.
Which is call you, because
Yeah.
you've learned over the course of this thing that like, after I've heard your answer, I've been like, oh, your answer is better than my answer. So what I've learned,
Yeah.
I learned my lesson. I'm just gonna call you.
Okay, yeah.
I'm
That's
just
a
gonna
good
call
idea.
you about this stuff.